Have you checked the children?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird, here to do a new horror haul video for you guys. It's been, I think, probably a month or two since I did the last one. I was saving up. I wasn't overly buying during the pandemic. I did that quarantine haul near the beginning, but outside of that, I've just kind of been picking and choosing what I'm getting my hands on. This, though, is the first thing I'm going to show you guys, which is a new glove from Nightmares Unlimited. My buddy Mark Phillips over there, who made our Dylan's New Nightmare glove as well. This is a grayscale glove, and I really dig it, and I need it for a project that I'm working on that is long-term. It's not a film or anything like that, but it is a long-term project that I do need it for. So I'm excited to have it. I think it looks really cool, as you can see. So it's got the silver backing, the silver armature, and then of course the grayscale glove. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty slick little thing here. So I'm excited to have that as a part of my now growing glove collection, apparently. So I've got this glove, my Dylan's New Nightmare glove, and then my original Part 4 glove that I have back there behind me. Right there. So let me put this down over here. And then I'm going to show you guys the two vinyls that I got. The first one I got immediately upon hearing that it was available. Took a while for it to come, actually, and this is obviously for the movie Color Out of Space. If you guys didn't see it, we did review this movie when it first dropped, and I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than everyone else. We are going to be doing a commentary of the movie. One of our patrons requested that we do that, so we are going to be doing that soon. But I had to get the vinyl because one of the first things I said when we were watching the movie, I leaned over to either Fuego or Robert, I can't remember who, but I said, I already love the music to this. So I was excited when the vinyl became available. So that's what the artwork on the outside looks like. And then you have the inside here. That's pretty freaking cool with the back. Really nifty. And then the actual vinyl itself is pretty sweet as well. So of course it is made with the Color Out of Space. Some might say pink, but you know, maybe not everyone. So that's the Color Out of Space vinyl. I already obviously opened it and listened to it, so it sounds just as good as I was hoping it would. So I'm definitely excited to add that to my vinyl collection over here. And the next one was a special thing that I didn't even know they were coming out with until recently. It was like announced, and I immediately ordered it because I love both the movie and the soundtrack for John Carpenter's The Thing. I'm opening it on the wrong side. So this is actually a special thing where it's the John Carpenter's The Thing music composed and conducted by Ennio Morricone. But then there's also The Thing Lost Cues by John Carpenter in a separate vinyl. So I'm going to show you what this one looks like. So it's got a really beautiful front cover of this is the actual score by Morricone, and that's the interior artwork there. And it is just gorgeous, as you can see. And then the back has a really cool like crack in the ice, but in the sky, but it looks like a tree. It's kind of interesting. I really dug that. So let's see what the vinyl looks like. Can't remember, but oh yeah, okay. So that, of course, it's kind of purple on my end of things, but it looks like it's picking up more red on the camera, but it looks a little bit like a blood splatter. So I think that definitely is appropriate for the Thing vinyl. So that is the actual score, and then I'll show you what the Lost Cues one looks like. Slide that back in. I'm getting better about handling the vinyls and sliding them back in nicer and everything. So this is the front of the Lost Cues. This is the back of the Lost Cues. That's really cool. Look at that artwork. That's gorgeous. And then the interior, the gatefold, is of course the empty ice block that it has. They find after having escaped in the Thing prequel. So this one, it does have a different color vinyl. Of course, it's got the ice blue color. So I thought that was really neat. It's got the speckles on there as well. So you got the ice blue side A and B, and then for the actual score, it's the bloodstained one. So let's put these away and move into the other things that I got here that are all horror related. So next we'll go through the Blu-rays that I picked up, and there's not that many this time, but of course this will show you how long it's been since I've held off on doing one of these haul videos. I did pick up Underwater when it first came out. We really enjoyed this movie when we reviewed it when it dropped in the theater, and then I wanted to give it a rewatch, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I still really very much enjoyed this movie. I think it's a great little creature feature. Next up, I did end up picking up this because I think CP posted about it at one point on his Facebook, saying that it was only like $5 or $6, and it was, you know, the Blu-ray. I don't have it. I wasn't a big fan of the movie, but I don't think I gave it a fair shake the first time, so I wanted to pick it up and give it another try at that price, so I did. We've been covering a lot of anime horror recently with Parasite, the Maxim, and a couple of other things that we've done, but we haven't gotten into one that I'm interested to get into, and it's called Tokyo Ghoul. And this isn't the anime, but this is the live action movie that they made, because I'm kind of doing it a little bit different this time. Since the anime is a couple of seasons, I thought I might try the movie first. And so that way it's not one of those things where, oh, the anime is obviously better. It probably will be, but I still wanted to give it a try because the movie looked interesting. And if I like the movie, maybe I'll push the anime watch up a little bit. But I'm excited to give that one a try. So I don't know if you guys know anything about Tokyo Ghoul or if you've watched this or not, but I'm excited to give it a try. Next up is one that was sent to us by friend of the show, Benner, who is part of the Black Fawn distribution people. And he sent me their most recent release, Harpoon, which is, it came out, or it debuted in 2019. It was on a lot of lists at that point, but we never got around to seeing it. And he sent us a copy, so we watched it with quick succession, Fuego and I, and we both really enjoyed it. It's just kind of a lean and mean little movie, I tell you what. And it's a lot of fun. It's quick, dirty, and everything you want in a nice little thriller set on the water. So I definitely recommend that if you haven't watched Harpoon yet. And then one Blu-ray, the one I was waiting for the longest, and one of the last things to arrive for me to actually do this haul, is something that was delayed by Amazon by like a number of weeks, and that is my own copy of the Jaws 4K Blu-ray. Jaws is my favorite horror movie, and we actually did a commentary recently, and I watched the Blu-ray. For some reason, I was thinking the Blu-ray was 4K when I was watching it, but it was just a Blu-ray copy, and I was still marveling at it. So I'm excited to see what the 4K version actually looks like. And it was on sale for $19.99 because it was just before it came out. So it's got this cool, like, you know, holographic cover a little bit. It looks like he's chewing it side to side. That's kind of funny. And of course, the girl swimming on the back. So yes, it's got the 4K transfer, the Ultra HD transfer, along with the Making of Jaws and The Shark is Still Working, the Impact and Legacy of Jaws special, which is an awesome special. Those two features alone are really, really cool to have. I did have it on another edition of the movie that I have over there, but this one came with this, which is really cool. It's a little production book that has a bunch of insight and stuff on the inside. So I'll show you guys as I flip here, but so there's an introduction by one of the producers, You know, you get a little bit about the novel by Peter Benchley, and then some information about the cast and crew. And it's a cool little supplemental thing here. So I'm excited to have this. You know, I'm being as big a fan of Jaws as I am. Wow, it's even got some of the blueprints of Bruce in here. Of how they actually built the shark and how he worked and everything. That's really cool. So yeah, I'm excited to give this one a check out. And here, look at this. Original storyboards in the back of the book as well. That's really cool stuff. You know, a big Jaws fan like me, oh man, it's really neat to see some of this stuff. Oh, it talks about the Indianapolis speech, and then look at that, a little bit of script pages for Quint's monologue. That's, man, what a cool little package. Oh man, look at that, even neater. Look at this. There's 2 pages of foreign and domestic one-sheets for Jaws. That's really cool. Wow, what a walk down history for this movie. Man, I'm excited to read through this. So yeah, okay, that's my Jaws 4K Blu-ray purchase. Excited to add that to the collection. So that's it for the Blu-rays. Now there's 2 things that I have left. Now these 2 things are things that I didn't even know existed until the past couple of weeks. As Flago, Robert, and I are going through our Hellraiser binge, essentially. We're going to be going through all the movies. We've already reviewed and done a commentary on the first movie. We haven't reviewed any of the others yet, except for the most recent one, maybe the most recent 2, but, you know, the non-Doug Bradley ones. But we have been diving into the original lore of it, so we actually recorded, which you guys probably haven't seen by the time this goes up, but we recorded a review of The Hellbound Heart, as well as Hellraiser The Toll, which is a little novella that goes between it and the Scarlet Gospels, which I'm in the middle of going through right now. I'm about maybe 2/5 of the way through it, and once I'm done with that, we're gonna do a review of that. And then the last 2 things are 2 other Hellraiser books that I didn't know existed, and I'm not sure what order they go in. I know what order they were published, but I'm gonna, yeah, I'll just do it. No, I'll do it this way. So the first one is called Hellbound Hearts, and this is actually a collection of Hellraiser stories, or a collection of stories inspired by the Hellraiser lore. It's an anthology book. It's a Hellraiser anthology book, and look at this. It's got Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean, who have done amazing work together. Steve Niles, who created 30 Days of Night. Mike Mignola, who created Hellboy. There's obviously, you know, forward by Clive Barker and afterward by Doug Bradley, 2 people heavily involved. There's also, oh man, look at this, Hellraising Tales by Peter Atkins, Conrad Williams, Sarah Pinborough, Mick Garris, Tim Leban, not sure how to say that one, Richard Matheson, okay, Nancy Holder, Simon Clark, Steve Niles, Sarah Langan, Nicholas Vince, Yvonne Navarro, Mark Morris, Barbie Wild, Jeffrey J. Marriott, Nancy Kilpatrick, Gary A. Braunbeck, and Lucy A. Snyder, and Chaz Brenchley. Man, to be a writer with the last name Brenchley instead of Benchley. Wow, that's got to be frustrating. So I'm excited about that. That's a bunch of tales by, you know, different people that touch base on the Hellraiser universe. Oops. You guys know how much we love horror anthologies here, and to have one that has different people touching on the Hellraiser lore in different ways. I just finished the last Hellraiser comic series, which was called Hellraiser Bestiary, and that was a Hellraiser anthology. So maybe I'm excited about this because I'm riding high off of that. I loved that 6-issue series because each issue had 3 different Hellraiser stories, and the fact that you got little pockets of the Cenobites appearing in different little stories. I think that the Hellraiser universe is perfect for anthology storytelling, so I'm really excited about that, which is actually one of the reasons why I was excited about the TV show and the movie that were coming, but now I don't know because Clive Barker has now filed a lawsuit to regain his rights. So now Hellraiser might be stuck in the rights hell that that Friday the 13th has been stuck in for a little while. So the last book is also in the Hellraiser world. Now, this is something that's really interesting because if you guys didn't know, this character is actually public domain. The original writer, you wouldn't think that necessarily, but the original writer left it to be public domain for people to use for stories. I believe that's what I was told. I didn't really do further investigation because I was told it by someone that knows their stuff about literature for the most part. So, you know, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm not. And this one is called Sherlock Holmes and the Servants of Hell. So yes, someone wrote a Sherlock Holmes story that is set in Clive Barker's Hellraiser world, as you can see at the top. And it's written by Paul Kane, but imagine that. Like, I haven't even read the back to know what the overall story is. I just flipped open and I see Le Marchand as an actual character. Okay, so that makes 100% sense. If you guys have seen Hellraiser 4 Bloodline, you know that Le Marchand is a period piece. He's a old powder wig kind of era dude. So that actually would work to fit into Sherlock Holmes' timeline, essentially. So yeah, I guess that makes sense if Le Marchand is an actual character. Well, let's just read here. Yeah, here we go. Late 1895, and Sherlock Holmes and his faithful companion, Dr. Watson, are called upon to investigate a missing persons case. On the face of it, this seems like a mystery that Holmes might relish, as the person in question vanished from a locked room. But this is just the start of an investigation that will draw the pairing into contact with the shadowy organization talked about in whispers, known only as the Order of the Gash. As more people go missing in a similar fashion, the clues point to a sinister asylum in France and to the underworld of London. However, it is an altogether different underworld that Holmes will soon discover, as he comes face to face with not only the followers of the Order's bidding, followers who do the Order's bidding on Earth, but those who serve it in Hell, the Cenobites. Holmes' most outlandish adventure to date, one that has remained shrouded in secrecy until now, launches him headlong into Clive Barker's famous Hellraising universe, and things will never be the same again. With an introduction by Hellraiser 2 actress Barbie Wilde. Okay. So that means that there's not going to be Pinhead in here, because Pinhead came from Elliot Spencer, who was in, what was it, World War I or World War II? I think it might have been World War I. I'm not sure. Whichever one it was, 1895 is well before them both. So there won't be a Pinhead. There'll be new Cenobites, and I'll be interested to give this one a read. So yes, we will eventually be reviewing both of those, hopefully sooner rather than later. I'm doing the audiobook for Scarlet Gospels. These might take a little longer because I'm a bit of a slow reader, but we'll get around to it all, you guys. So until next time, that's going to do it for this month's, I guess, horror haul video. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Let me know in the comments down below which item you would be most excited to get your hands on if you could. Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird. Thank you very much to our patrons, and remember, stay scared.